Hello everybody, we are with web2.television.com and today we are going to talk about the real estate market in Atlanta. What's happening right now in the real estate market in Atlanta? Is it easy to find right neighborhood, right mortgage, future home? Are prices in Atlanta affordable for people? Should we have any concern about Atlanta real estate market in the future? To get the answer on some of this question, we will talk to Christopher Galen, who has worked in the real estate business for about 10 years, and he is also a professor at Georgia State University in the real estate department. Professor Galen, thank you for taking the time to speak with me about real estate. Can you briefly tell me about your background in the real estate business?
I'm very happy I could meet with you today. Yes, my experience in the real estate business is over 10 years in the consulting area and the academic area here at Georgia State University in the real estate department, and before that in consulting firms such as Arthur Anderson and BDO Seidman.
That's great. Can you tell me about real estate market in the United States on the national scale?
Well, on the national scale, there seems to be a large consensus that there's a few areas or regions of the country that potentially have a little overinflated valuations, but some people are expecting a soft landing and that the pending real estate depreciation would not be so difficult.
What are your thoughts about the real estate market in the United States and Atlanta?
Well, Atlanta compared to the United States, Atlanta has been very healthy, and the valuation increases in Atlanta over the last decade have been a lot more modest than some areas of the country like, say, California or New York or especially maybe South Florida. And with those modest or more modest appreciation levels, it probably should be more healthy than some of the other areas, and since Atlanta continues to grow and be healthy, there should be a reasonably decent expectation in the future.
How do you think that Atlanta fits to the national real estate market?
Well, Atlanta is definitely a part of what's been characterized as the Sun Belt part of the United States. From Texas to Georgia, or really if you want to characterize it as the Gulf Coast, is one of the higher growth areas in the United States. Over the last several decades, you've seen an increasing urbanization of people in the United States, and there's an expectation that a lot of the major metropolitan areas in the future will be in the South, not necessarily ones that you can designate right now. So my expectation is that the Gulf states and the South will do reasonably well, and Atlanta should exceed that particular region.
Do you have any thoughts or concern about the real estate market in Atlanta?
Well, two areas of particular interest lately have been the reurbanization of Atlanta. There's some speculation that there are potentially some suburban areas of Atlanta that were built in the 60s or 70s who may in the near future start to fall down in valuation and become more of a ghetto environment that you maybe traditionally would have found in the inner city. And also along the lines of the kind of reurbanization of Atlanta is the condominium market. Atlanta has not traditionally been a condominium market per se as compared to Boston or New York or Chicago, and the supply of condominiums coming on in the Atlanta marketplace in the next few years is probably about 5,000 units, and we're not really sure if there's going to be that many buyers for condos in the urban area of Atlanta. So that may be an area of concern, especially in light of the fact that a higher percentage than normal of those particular condominiums are going to be $1 million or $2 million plus units.
Okay, what are your long-term expectations for the real estate market in Atlanta?
Well, I expect that Atlanta will become more of an economic base in the southeast United States, and more of a relationship with other areas, South America, Central America, than maybe other parts of North America will have, and it should continue to be a substantial economic base for the South, thus increasing the economy and increasing the population base and the growth base for Atlanta itself.
Thank you very much. We're with web2.television.com. We just finished talking with Christopher Galen. Now we're here on the street to get people's opinion about real estate market in Atlanta. Hello, we're with web2.outtelevision.com. My name is Tatyana and your name is?
Vitali.
Christian.
Nice to meet you. So we have several questions about real estate market in Atlanta. Do you live in Atlanta?
Yes, I do.
And what about you?
Down in McDonough, so in the area.
Okay, how long have you lived in Atlanta?
13 years.
And what about you?
Less than a year, since May.
Okay, so do you live in a house or do you live in an apartment or condo?
Currently live in a house, and I'm in the process of moving to a condo.
And you?
I live in an apartment.
Apartment. So what do you think about the real estate market in Atlanta? Is it expensive or is it affordable?
I think it's very affordable comparing to up north. It's also a great investment if you can make good money off of it. And the return is really good here. Prices are going up, so I think it's very good, very affordable, I believe.
And what is your opinion?
Compared to Florida, the housing prices are a lot better. Looks like you're going to get better quality for less money.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, my name is Tatyana. We're with web2.outtelevision.com and I have some questions about real estate market in Atlanta. Do you live in Atlanta?
I live in the metro Atlanta area, yes.
And how long have you lived in Atlanta?
I have lived here all my life.
Wow. And do you live in a house, apartment, condo?
I live in a house.
You live in a house. So what can you tell me about real estate market in Atlanta?
I know that the real estate market is very good right now and that the houses are very affordable, especially compared to other areas of our country.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I'm with web2.outtelevision.com. My name is Tatyana and your name is?
Christopher Braithwaite.
Oh, nice to meet you. So where do you live?
I live in Marietta, Georgia. It's part of the Atlanta metropolitan area.
And how long have you lived in that area?
Since about 1989, so it's been a while.
Yeah, it's a long time. And so do you live in a house, condo, apartment?
I rent an apartment.
You rent an apartment. So is it affordable to rent an apartment in that area?
Prices are somewhat affordable, but it can be a little bit expensive for the area.
So what do you think about the real estate market in Atlanta?
I think real estate market in Atlanta is prices are not too bad. It depends on what part of the city you live in. In certain areas it can be very expensive, but in other areas it can be affordable.
And what area do you think will be expensive and what area will be affordable? Can you tell me?
Well, in Atlanta, the land that usually in town area of Atlanta is very expensive, or North Atlanta. Going up Georgia 400 is very expensive. Places like in Decatur or Midtown Atlanta or north of downtown Atlanta is very expensive.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we get really good answers from you. We work with web2.outtelevision.com.